Hello everyone, Triple S here and welcome to Without Within. I actually have no idea what this game is about, apart from it being a visual novel game and also being free to play, which is very nice. So if anyone wants to actually play this or just try it out, you can do so without spending any money. So there's a girl here, sunflowers, and yeah, let's just start I guess. Vinty. The chants of my fans echoed through the door in front of me. One of my two bodyguards wrapped his hand around the doorknob. Please prepare yourself, Miss Vinty. Once I open this door, we'll head straight for our limo. The guard had no reason to fret. I had long since grown used to these crowds. Still, I nodded to put him at ease. After taking a deep breath, he pushed the door open. A crowd of hundreds raised their cameras as soon as I stepped out. My guards waved their arms to shoo them away. This red carpet was for me to walk on after all. I blew a kiss for these starstruck peasants. Miss Vinty, please, let's hurry, my bodyguard said. Too bad for him. I strutted along like a model on a catwalk. A group of reporters managed to worm through the crowd. They now tiptoed over my guards in hopes of scoring their exclusive. Vinty, how does it feel to have won the Calligrapher of the Year award? A reporter asked me. Before I could answer, another dozen people shouted over each other, hoping for my attention. Vinty, may I get a photo with you? Can you sign some autographs for my kids? And two for me, of course. Ah! I can't believe I'm standing this close to Vinty! Ah! My fans stamped their dirty shoes all over the red carpet. Finally, my bodyguards pulled out their pepper sprays to keep these fans in check. Wow. A young male reached in my direction despite having a spray aimed at his face. Rather admirable for a peasant. I extended a hand for this male fan to kiss. Unfortunately for him, he fainted at sight of my perfectly polished nails. I reached my limousine at last. My bodyguard opened the door for me. As I climbed in, my trailing fans snapped as many photos as they could. Miss Vinty! Miss Vinty! The crowd chanted, which I didn't really chant, but oh well, as my car window pulled up. How odd, they never referred to me as Miss. Oh, my graceful presence must have been too much for their sanity, these poor things. Miss Vinty! Miss Vinty! There we go, that's the chant. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Oh. Well, I had fun while it lasted. At least I got to ride in a limousine for a good 30 seconds. In real life, my only registered vehicle was, well, my 10-year-old bicycle. My apartment had no space for a car anyway. Actually, this single room with cracked walls might be an insult to the word apartment. Pull up those curtains for a spectacular $1 view, featuring a sewage pipe and a wall tainted with yellow. Just open the window if you wish to smell the sewage as well. A breathtaking experience. By the way, sorry, I needed to take back the one room thing. This place actually had two rooms, thank you very much. The second room had to be a toilet. That still counted, right? The toilet clogged 3 times a month, so be careful when using it. Miss Vinty! Miss Vinty! A woman's voice echoed from outside. She was no fan, but rather my landlady. I glanced over at my clock, 6 AM. Waiting another hour or two would have been nice. She probably just wanted to tell me about another rent rise. Nothing good ever came out of that woman's mouth. I'll be better off staying in bed. Oh, we got options for this. Huh. Ah, let's rise and shine. Coming. As I changed to something more appropriate, the landlady still kept knocking. I said I was coming, did I not? Maybe I should walk out naked if that was what she dug. If this were a game, we might get a sale boost too. Good morning, Miss Vinty, the landlady said. I must ask, what's with that hair? It looks like you just woke up. That's because I did. It's a waste for young ladies like you to sleep away your youth. The landlady shook her head. She had no right to preach me like this. I wanted to tell her, but decided against it, as doing so would give her an excuse to lecture me further. With her size, if I enraged her, she would squash me into Vinty flavoured pancake. Miss Vinty, your rent was due 3 days ago. Oh, at least there was no rent increase. Sorry, madam. My next paycheck will come after tonight's shift, so I'll pay you first thing tomorrow morning. The landlady grunted. Alright, just know that this keeps up, you have to find somewhere else to live. She spun around to leave. When she disappeared behind the corridor, I kicked my door shut, causing a piece of my cracked wall to fall off. I tried shoving the piece back into place, my effort resulted in more wall fragments flicking off. Great, The landlady would make me pay for that next month. Once I became an accomplished calligrapher, she would beg me for a chance to shine my shoe. She would beg for a chance to shine my shoe. Hey, I sounded a bit ranty before, but that was never my intention. A lot of famous people had humble beginnings. I would follow in their footsteps. But first, I needed to put in the work. Without within. Again. I was guessing I clicked. There's no going back in this game. Right. And so I returned to the busy street in the area, with my calligraphy spread before me. I sat on the concrete and rested my back against the fence. Car horns blared behind me, mixed with people shouting things about, pardon me, each other's mothers. If you don't know, this is the first time you listen to me, I get burpy a lot when I'm recording. Anyway, these cars kept expelling fumes that made me choke, just one of the many things I dealt with in the name of art. Pedestrians took up almost every inch of space on the street ahead. Surely this would be the day when somebody spotted my talent. ... As always, no one afforded me anything more than a passing glance, and my will soon dwindled. Let me be honest, I never expected to be showered with praise by every head who passed here. What was the old saying? 10% of the people you reached out to will buy your work? I could live with that. Even just 1%. Please, anything but 0. I wanted to scream at these people. They had no idea how much sweat I poured into these calligraphies. Persevere, rant. I don't know what I'm just gonna pick what I want to pick. I decided to keep these displays to myself. People often said patience would be rewarded. I wondered if my patience would ever become worthwhile. Just as I thought this, a man paused to look at my calligraphies. He had a bucket of fried chicken in his hand. The smell made my mouth water. I was going to say wowf. My mouth. As the man eyed my works one by one, I felt my cheeks heating up from anticipation. At last, someone who spared more than a moment with my works. This must be my reward. The timing could hardly be more perfect. I summoned the courage to speak with the man, but he spoke first. You're charging for these? I managed a tiny nod. The man snorted. I would never hand these on my wall if you gave them to me for free. Seriously, this is the most shameless display I've ever seen. ... Trolls online were one thing. Confronting one in real life was a rarity. Judging from the man's scrawny arms, I bet I could overpower him with ease. Then he would know just how big of a blunder he had made. Attack! I cruised at one of my calligraphies and rose. The man must have sensed my violent intent as he backed a step and shielded his face with the bucket of chicken. I threw a punch at him before he could flee to the crowd. My fist connected with the side of his head. That might be the first time I'd ever hit someone. My knuckles hurt from the blow, but seeing the guy's dropped jaw made it worthwhile. He probably grew up this way because nobody ever dared to punish him. A couple of pedestrians popped in and held me back from... what the fuck? Something just weird happened with my mouth. Held me back from attacking the man further. I squirmed against their grips but gave up as my anger waned. Once my breathing returned to normal, the civilians loosened their hold and I brushed myself free. I'll remember this. The man fled for the train station, eating another piece of chicken as he did so. I hoped he choked on it. The next morning, someone knocked on my door. I checked the clock. 5 AM. When would the landlady cut me a break? Oh, fuck. Miss Vinty, it's the police. I cupped a hand over my mouth, as if keeping quiet would make the police go away. They must be here to ask about my assault yesterday. That guy I punched was nothing but talk. I should have let him ramble. God knew what would befall me now. I prayed I would at least be spared a jail sentence. Tears streaked down my cheeks as I buried myself under the blanket. This had to be nothing more than a bad dream. Bad end. Wow. Oh, really fast. Oh, really fast game. Wow. I was actually expecting a lot more, but what can you expect from a free game? Wow. So I got the bad end. Great. Well, I didn't, because I didn't know anything about this game. I didn't know it was so short. I was thinking maybe it might have been a little bit longer, kind of like Sakura Angels and Sakura Spirit, and I mean they didn't like cost a whole lot, but wow. So there we go, bad ending. I think I'll play this a few more times and see what other endings I can get. So I will see you all next time for some more Without Within, and see if we can get like a good ending maybe. So see you all next time. Goodbye.